the new locker room looks amazing. Is there like a specific area that's your favorite part other than like normal amenities? Is there like some sort of like secret chamber that like you designed that you really like? Well, give us the details other than the pictures that we saw on Twitter about the locker room.
Yeah, well, obviously we're just so blessed and thankful for our donors who made that a possibility and a reality for us. It's honestly everything's my favorite because the girls needed it, they deserved it, and I think they'll spend a lot of time in there from a team bonding perspective, from a chemistry. I think right now more than ever, they need a place where they can all be together and have a place where they can bond with COVID-19. So I'm especially thankful that it's done now for this season. I love the recovery room where they're able to kind of get a snooze session in or a massage chair. But overall, a phenomenal job by our staff and by our administration, and obviously donors, Kieger Club, everyone who made it a possibility. There's a lot of credit.
And what have you been doing these 2 weeks to avoid rust? Because you're jumping right into the fire. I mean, you're in the midst of playing five top 20 teams in a 6-game span.
Yeah, so for us, we've spent a lot of time these last 2 weeks inter-squad scrimmaging. We wanted to get a 5th non-conference game in there. It didn't happen, unfortunately, but this past Sunday we scrimmaged ourselves and we scrimmaged our practice squad and made it feel like a real game and had stats and everything, which was great. Probably got just as much out of that as we would have got a non-conference game. So really excited that we had that opportunity and our practice squad was able to run some Purdue sets and personnel. But yeah, I mean, our players have done a great job staying focused during finals. It's always a unique week when they have so much to juggle and balance, but a great group that's been handling it well so far.
Go ahead, Alexis.
Carolyn, one of the statistical goals you mentioned at the beginning of the year was you wanted your team to get the defensive field goal percentage down by, controlling the paint more. I know you're only 4 games into the season, but where do you feel like the team is in terms of that statistic? Like, is it where you want it to be? Is it close to where you want it to be in terms of points given up to your opponents this year?
Yeah, I think we're 1 possession point over our goal. So our goal is 35. I think we're at 36 right now. So we're doing a great job there compared to last year, obviously. We spent a ton of time on it in the off season. I'm trying to find the exact numbers right now, but let me give it to you. Hang on. We're at 36%. Our goal is 35. So doing a great job there. I mean, teams are struggling to shoot the 3 ball against us right now as well. We got to lock down the paint a little bit better than we are, though, but we've been up too many points in the paint. And we got to protect and make sure we're using our pack line principles.
And just to follow up with that, I know the team has been a little more guard heavy, running the floor, stretching the floor. Do you think that, the forwards that you have, people that are playing inside, where do you think they are in terms of controlling the paint so far?
Well, I think, Cash is doing a great job. We just got to keep her on the court and keep her out of foul trouble. And that's something that we're obviously working with her on right now. But I thought in the Syracuse game, she was the best post on the floor and did a great job walling up against their bigs and controlling that paint. Like I said, now it's just try to keep her on the floor for 30 minutes a game. And I think, Anna has done a much better job this season, really walling up post players and pushing them outside the post box. So she's a great balance that we have down there to throw. And then obviously some of our freshmen are working towards being able to play some post defense down there as well.
Justin?
So I rewatched that Syracuse game. It just seemed like Nyam Thornton had a different look in her eyes, Carolyn. Did you sense that? Like she was just kind of getting low and getting really into it? And what she can provide the rest of the way?
Yeah, I've been challenging Nyam a lot lately, brought her into this program with a lot of confidence that she was going to be able to kind of transform into that commander and that director that we need from the point guard position. I think she's taken that to heart the last couple of weeks and really been trying to do what we need her to do from that point guard position, which is, getting that team in the offense, making sure that everyone knows and is on the same page of those 5 people that are out on the floor together. So I think she's more locked in. I think she's understanding. I think that Syracuse game really kind of opened her eyes up to what elite guard play looks like with playing one of the best backcourts in the country. And she has welcomed that challenge, and I'm excited to see how she does in Big Ten play.
And do you think it could be an advantage because there's not a lot of kind of scouting reports on your team with 13 new players heading into kind of this unknown season? So are you kind of bottling that up and thinking, this could bode well for us? We could surprise some teams because you do have a lot of high character, spunky, and I mean that in a polite way, like players.
Absolutely. And I think teams aren't going to know what to expect. And I think at any given point, when you can have 4 or 5 shooters on the floor that can stretch the floor and score from every position, it's unlike a lot of Big Ten teams. And I think we're unique in that we could potentially have 5 shooters on the floor at one point. And then obviously you throw John Asia in the mix of, someone who can really, get up and down the floor and defend multiple positions and take post off the dribble. And I think this week we were able to put a lot in that teams aren't, really prepared for, that we haven't been able to show in the first 4 games. So I'm excited to kind of change things up here against Purdue.
Cool.
Any other questions for Coach?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Justin.
Yeah, with Jaycott, I mean, she's been great, your leading scorer, but have you been working on her shot at all a little bit? She just seems to be a little bit off on some of those follow throughs.
Yeah, it's more shot selection.
Okay.
Honestly, she's got to take better shots. We've been talking about that as a whole team right now, McKenna included. They're not bad shooters. They just have to improve their shot selection and making sure they're taking the right shot at the right time for the team. And obviously working on Kelly's finishing because she's getting a lot of attacks off the bounce too that need to be converted.
Go ahead.
That's it for me. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Carolyn, where is the team in terms of, I know you're obviously preparing for Purdue, but what are you sort of expecting from them, like to defend, for them to throw at you offensively? Because, they've played the same amount of games that you have. Obviously, they're playing Northwestern tonight, and they're a pretty good team. So what are you expecting in terms of what they're going to throw at you?
Well, Purdue, they're a very well-coached team. They throw a lot of different defenses at you at different times. I think they scout really well. So we have obviously another game to watch tonight after Northwestern. Now, Northwestern plays majority zone, so it's a little different feel than our game plan. But I'm excited to see another game in a Big Ten opponent that they're playing against to give us a little bit more scouting report and a little bit more advantage. But we're prepared for them to play us majority man, but they'll throw it up, mix it up, and have a 1-3-1 zone trap look. They'll play a little bit of 2-3. They'll press off of free throws. So I kind of look them to us to keep us off balance, especially with our young guards, to probably really try to mix it up defensively.
All right. Anything else?
Y'all stay safe and healthy with this snow. Shovel up.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.